Do you believe Islam is true?
Me?
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to deceive anyone.
Yeah, go show me that.
I'm talking from sincere, clean heart and loving and humility. Both of us.
With all due respect, no, you're not going to usurp the conversation, and you're not going to get discussion with me in this way. Heckle him from the side. No, he's been begging for a conversation all day.
That Jesus was a prophet and not divine and not a trinity, based upon a genuine belief and understanding of Jesus' teachings.
Why are you talking to people who you don't actually have any trust or decency towards?
If there's one single lie in the Bible, I would question my belief.
That's good.
No. Paul and thought
no, but don't you think it's a problem if you have a man called Paul who admits to lying? How can you take what he says seriously?
Again, you're asking me something very deep.
And you know, I'll go deeper. I'll go deeper. It goes deeper than that. And then you read his letters to Galatians and such, and he's arguing against the apostles of Jesus.
Yeah.
He's telling people don't listen to them and saying things contrary to them. So you've got a man who's admitted to lying, and all of a sudden he's going against the teachings of Jesus. And yet, you look at the doctrine of Christianity, it emanates from him.
It's Pauline.
And yet, you've got all these Christians that die a martyr's death, knowing they're on a lie.
No.
Does that make sense?
No, they don't know it's a lie. They think it's true.
Why?
Paul said it, innit?
Then they see from the letters. Then they see from the Bible.
No.
From the letters.
Who are these?
From the teachings. 1 minute, let's go slowly. In the teachings of the church, when Paul went to Thessalonica and spoke to Thessalonians, yeah?
Right.
And the Greeks and the apostles and these Christians died martyr's death.
Believing what they had was true.
Knew that this was a lie, that Paul was said these lies.
No.
Why'd you say no?
I'll tell you why. Do you believe Islam is true?
Me?
Yeah.
This is a very difficult question.
George,
1 minute.
I was not expecting that.
I know you want. Wait a minute.
He's thinking why I've asked the question.
No, wait a minute.
He's very clever, Yorgos. He's thinking. He's thinking.
George, do you play chess?
Wait a minute. No, the words is very important what you say. Do you believe Islam is true?
Yeah, the teachings of Islam.
Do you mean the Quran is true?
Yeah, Islam.
Do you mean it's from God? Do you mean it says good things in it?
All of those things.
I'm taking the people who believed it.
All of those.
The people who believed it to be true, do you believe they were correct?
I don't believe the Quran is from God.
Right.
With all due respect.
Right. That's enough.
There are many things in there which I can say I really agree with a lot.
Alhamdulillah. Okay.
100.
You don't need to go to that point.
Many things.
I just needed the initial answer.
And before I go further, there's many things in the Quran which, if I've never read the Quran in my own practice
You'd agree with it?
as a struggling to be a good person, I do, which I find are quite in the Quran.
Yeah.
I have a lot of Muslim friends. They go and pray 5 times in Whitechapel Mosque. And I'm telling him, you've just come out the mosque, don't swear. Stop being angry. Stop sending me videos of someone being chopped up and things like this.
Right, anyway, your initial answer, it was all I needed.
There are good things, and there's things which I tell you.
No, don't worry about that, because we're not talking about that.
But anyway, we can carry on.
What we're talking about is this.
So you don't believe it's from God.
Right,
but
there are people...
There are good things in there.
But there are people...
A lot of good things.
But there are people who were martyred believing it was from God.
Wait a minute. But there, you had eyewitnesses.
What do you mean?
You had eyewitnesses.
Eyewitnesses to what?
All right. A Muslim could die for something. I could die for something now. I believe it's...
No, you were saying Christians died for believing something, for believing a lie, if you like. So you, obviously, if you don't believe Islam is true in that sense, you believe it's a lie, isn't it? Obviously. Therefore, these...
Not all of it, no.
No, but what these Muslims...
I believe there's a lot of events in the Quran that actually happen. And I believe there's a lot of things which I agree.
I'm not saying that.
I love them things.
No, I'm talking about the teachings of Islam, the core, the creed of Islam.
But to say it's from Allah and it came...
No, exactly, I get that. But I'm just trying to show you how mute your point is. That just because someone dies for what they believe to be true...
But there was eyewitnesses.
What does that mean?
No, but George...
There was eyewitnesses.
Eyewitnesses,
take example.
eyewitnesses to what?
The principle that I'm just trying to explain to you is that just as you said...
As a belief, you could die for a belief. And that could be a lie.
Hindus die for their belief.
What I'm just trying to explain to you is that...
Martyrdom means
Christians who died following the faith
doesn't make it true.
Didn't necessarily know that it was a lie, and they may have believed that it was true.
Just as a Muslim who dies,
Just
according to
as
your
just as
perspective.
Muslims who might do the same thing,
Just as a Hindu.
might believe it to be true.
A Hindu might die in the battle for Krishna, for example.
You see my point?
Okay.
But it's a lie. But that doesn't mean it wasn't a lie just because he died for it.
No.
So martyrdom is a mute point, I believe. I don't think it supports you.
Well, so the point is here, we need to show or prove there was eyewitnesses around.
Eyewitnesses to what?
Well, for example, then let's take one example.
Go on.
Like the resurrection was in the Quran. This is where I have a very big difficulty, sincerely, with because I do read the Quran sometimes. Where I find the difficulty is when they're talking about the Quran came how many years after the Bible? Roughly, you don't have to be exact.
600-ish.
650
No,
years after.
no, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that, actually. I would say 300 years. I would say 300.
The Quran came 300 years
After the Bible. Well, yeah, because when was it canonized?
The Bible was.
When was the Bible canonized? 340, 4th
John
century?
Stanton book, Gospel Truths. You have a look in there. They've got Magda University in Oxford. They've got fragments
I believe you
of
don't-
manuscripts, 50 AD.
That means nothing.
It does.
It doesn't.
Because on there, it says in Koine Greek, for example, Orkyrios.
What do you think that
the
proves?
Lord.
What do you think that proves?
No, but hold on.
What I wanna
George,
say is-
George, what's your point?
That's what I'm saying to you.
Yeah.
Same question. What did it prove?
Yeah. What I'm trying to say is, the manuscripts around, just because the actual book wasn't there, it doesn't mean after. All right, let's make it simpler. After Christianity,
When was the Bible
Quran claims
canonized?
say 650 years
Okay,
after Christianity.
what's your point? What's your point?
Yeah. So my issue is number one, which
Yeah,
is
go
very
on.
difficult. In the Quran, it says, like, for example, it was not Jesus on the cross.
Doesn't say that.
It made to be look like Jesus.
Doesn't say that. It doesn't
What
say
exactly does it say? Because I don't know the exact verse.
It
but
said they
tell me.
crucified him not.
Yeah.
They killed him not. They crucified not or killed him. No, they killed him not or crucified him, but it appeared so to them.
Exactly. It appeared
Yeah.
to be.
No,
So,
it appeared so to them. From their perspective, that's what they thought.
so what does that mean?
That means.
Sorry to break
that
it down
means
now.
they thought he died on the cross.
Yeah. So they thought.
Yeah.
They thought. Yeah. That was Jesus on the cross.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
if your son, God forbid,
Daughter.
if your son
Daughters.
was on the cross,
Daughters.
daughters, yeah, I've got daughters, yeah. If our daughter on the cross,
Well,
God forbid, and you sit there and you see her there and you crucify her, yeah? And then after 650 years, or roughly, I come and write in the book, oh, it appeared to him to be his daughter.
yeah.
So-
it wasn't Joel.
What? And then this person's reading this book now, is going to think, what, is he so stupid he didn't know it was his daughter?
No, but you know, George, your point is mute. You
Here's
know
your
why?
problem. Here's your problem.
No, this is
I'll explain your problem.
Yeah.
You think the stories in the New Testament about the crucifixion are eyewitness testimony from men who were there. It wasn't.
Wait a minute. This point here, this stick to the point here.
No, because you're what I'm saying to you is this.
So it wasn't just that Mary, the mother of Jesus.
No.
But it was also.
Can I tell you?
It was also the apostles.
Can I tell you your bigger problem?
All these people.
I don't
were
want to
there.
change subject.
All these people were white witnesses,
Look.
and then I get a book 650 years after.
Yorgos.
650. I say, nah, it just appeared. to them.
Yorgos.
Hamza, you know one
This is
important
very.
point here, though,
It's a very
is that-
important. You must listen.
No, but
you
No,
must
no.
listen to the other.
I'm gonna-
try to
No, no.
understand that person.
but
Try
George,
to-
I've understood it.
No, but Hamza, you know, even on that point, George, you said if your daughter was on the cross and she was crucified, and therefore, you know, you thought she was crucified, yeah? But even according to the Bible, Jesus actually comes back to the apostles, doesn't he? And they don't think he's dead.
Yeah.
He's in a physical form. So effectively, what's he done?
No, well-
What he's done is he clarified.
He's given up his weekend.
He's clarified it to them and said, "Listen, I'm not dead. Look,
no,
I'll
no.
break bread with
no,
you. I'll break bread.
He's got
with
a
you.
bigger problem than that.
Everything's
No,
all right. Don't worry."
One minute.
Yorgos.
We will go to that point, but we must go very slowly and do one point at a time.
No, I'll tell you what we have
Yeah,
to
it's
do.
very important because you jump to that now. That's another thing
No,
we can talk about.
Yorgos.
But let's finish finish this point. Why should this normal person now read the Quran and think, well, there was all these people there. It says in the Quran, in the Bible. Please listen. Let me finish. All these people were there. It says were there. Saw him crucified.
Right.
There was never the rabbinic writings, 350 years or whatever, 400 years after Christ. Nothing ever disputed that it wasn't Jesus. In fact, they even say it was Jesus on the cross being crucified. He done magic. Yeah, they don't even dispute the fact that it was him. They actually confirm it was Jesus on the cross there. And yet now, 650, we've got to read the Quran. Oh, they were all made to think it was Jesus. It's not fair.
All right.
And then from that, that's why I'm bringing that up, my issue. And then these people died martyrs' death. The apostles died martyrs' death. They're white witnesses.
All right.
They're white witnesses, yeah? So for the video, whatever's been recorded, there is answering where one part, the white witnesses, they did die martyrs' death. That wasn't a lie, that. And that's a very big thing.
Can I
on that point, stick to the...
All right. First of all,
help me.
First of all, everything you've just said is built on a false assumption. Everything. Okay. The apostles being martyred is not in the New Testament. It's church fathers saying this. I think Eusebius is one of them. So we've already established...
Stop that. Right. So that's one point you've said, yeah?
Yeah.
So you're saying the apostles didn't die martyrs' death?
I believe that the idea the apostles didn't die martyrs' death is not recorded in the New Testament.
Does that mean it didn't exist?
No. That means...
Are you saying that everything...
No.
Sorry, it's very important, as we said, we're going to do one little point at a time, yeah? And I'll be very quick. So you're saying there was things where the prophet, he did things, everything was recorded in the Quran? Weren't there things he did which were not recorded?
No.
Be fair now, let's talk nicely.
The question is very simple.
Come on. Just because it's not recorded doesn't mean it didn't happen.
Oh, okay. All right. It's going to take me off topic.
Agree.
Let me just deal with that. No, I won't agree.
Why?
Okay. We don't believe the Prophet Muhammad did something that we don't know if he did it or not. Standard. All right. You're saying the apostles, something happened to the apostles, and the only reason you know something happened to the apostles is because the church fathers said this happened to the apostles.
No, not necessarily just that.
No, that's my claim.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm saying it isn't in the New Testament, this idea that the apostles went out and got martyred everywhere. It's a later church father teaching. Right. So therefore, this idea of this eyewitness thing is one thing. But you got a bigger problem than this, honestly. And it's
I'm not. Okay.
No. I don't worry about it.
Go into a bigger problem. Finish a bigger problem.
I'm going to tell you the bigger problem. I don't want to do this, but I'm going to do it. All right. Because it's going to change topic completely. That's the problem.
It doesn't matter. Go on.
All right.
I'm easy going.
Okay. Here's the problem. You believe what's written in the Gospels is a reliable source of information. That's your problem. All right. There's two assumptions that might bring you to that conclusion. Let me just ask you, very simple. Do you believe the authors of the Gospels were disciples of Jesus?
Sorry, do I believe?
Do you believe the authors of the Gospels were disciples of Jesus? Yeah. And do you believe that the authors of the Gospels were eyewitnesses to what they wrote?
Yeah.
Right. Them two are false.
Forgive me. I think there was one or two which I'm not.
No.
I think there weren't.
They are two false assumptions. That once you assume those 2 points, then you are correct. Everything else, eyewitnesses. Okay. This isn't so. The New Testament authors are not known. They're anonymous.
To who that's not known?
Christian tradition.
No.
Yes.
No, the Eastern Orthodox know.
Who give the names?
They know.
Okay.
They know.
When were the names given to the Gospels?
May I say something?
Go on.
On that point, yeah?
Go on.
Sorry, it's just because you said that point. It's very important to quickly. I'll always be quick as possible, yeah?
No, I don't mind this point because it's a change of subject, but let's deal with it.
Yeah. The apostles, yeah? This is why the Eastern Orthodox...
Was Mark an apostle?
1 minute. We know not only the apostles and their families and what's happened and where they descended and all the rest of it. We know, for example, this is where Eastern Orthodox is very different from the Anglicized and all the other denominations of Christianity all over the world. It's different. For example, we believe, that Joseph, the husband of Mary, he was married before.
Yeah, we agree with that.
Would you know her name?
The name...
We're not doing a test now.
No, because that's where his children came from.
We were given her name, Salome.
Yeah, James, Judah, and all them.
No, Salome.
No,
so
their sons.
And she
had.
And she died or something.
Yeah, we have no.
He was an older man.
That's standard
knowledge. And Mary was only 14.
13, I think.
Yeah?
13.
So it goes to coincide with the Quran where they criticise about, 9-year-old.
How old was Joseph?
But that was the culture at the time.
How old was
not
Joseph?
wrong. He was older, I don't know how.
94.
I don't know. No, you don't know. You don't know.
Well, no, contrary to Church Fathers, he's 94.
What I'm saying is, these Orthodox know these things. They know a lot of things, and it's written down. It's not, and it's passed down, and we have the manuscripts and the tradition.
No. But
one minute. Not only just written down, but we also have them in the. You go in the Orthodox Church, you will see the for people who couldn't read or understand or know, it's all pictures on the walls. For these people who couldn't read.
Do you believe Mark was a disciple of Jesus?
So what I'm saying is, there's a lot of things where we know they are the authors. But if you go to you go to the born again Christians, they only go by the manuscripts.
Okay.
Oh, well, because you can't pinpoint. Well, actually, he was Matthew. Where? Although it says he was a tax collector.
No.
If it was not, you've got ways to go back to this argument.
Was Mark a disciple?
If there was a problem with all these authors, don't you think the rabbinic writings, the historians at the time was like, that is false, that is a lie, that Mark didn't exist, that bloke.
The names weren't given until
we never
years
had
later.
all these things.
Okay. First thing, there was no names on these Gospels. The Church Fathers didn't know whether to give it names or numbers, but they chose names. Okay. Do you believe Mark was a disciple of Jesus?
When did they choose them names?
About 200 years later. I think Luke's name.
You know another thing? It's like I'm promoting Eastern Orthodox. I'm not. Even when we read do you know how holy? Even when we read the book of Matthew, they don't just read. They don't read a sentence from the book of Matthew. They pray it.
That's the dodgiest gospel.
You can't have any deviation. Any deviation will be like a bit of speck of dirt in a glass of milk.
Matthew is the dodgiest gospel. Besides the Gospel of John, Matthew is the dodgiest gospel.
You can't generalise.
No, I can sanction it. I can sanction what I'm saying.
What is the point?
No. The point here is this: you're quoting the events of the crucifixion, and you're only getting these events from the New Testament.
No.
Yes, you are.
No.
Where are you getting them from?
From the holy tradition of the church.
And where they got it from?
From the eyewitnesses that were passed down to the people. From the eyewitnesses that were passed down to the people.
Okay.
The first country, the first island that became Christian, which was it?
Corinth, is it?
No.
I don't know.
Corinth is Leave him.
Antioch, isn't it?
No, Antioch's Turkey, man. So we're not trying to be clever or act as if we know more than each other. Cyprus.
Okay. Right? Well, what's your point?
And the point is, they've got the churches there from day one when Paul went to there to speak to the all right, and there you've got iconography where it showed the cross, it showed the crucifixion. People alive at the time.
So
You'd have so much other evidence.
Okay, help me out here.
Saying this is lie, this is lie, this is lie.
Help me out here then. Help me out here. You might be right. Where can I read the source material to explain where the Eastern Orthodoxy got their version of events of the crucifixion? Where can I get this? Because if it's not the New Testament, so you're saying...
I would tell you something better than that, yeah?
Okay.
Now, as we said, when we had the discussion, and you said, I think, you did say, when you read the Quran, you have to read it with a sincere and open heart. Not little nitty-gritty, and then start, It's very important, this is the root of true understanding of both religions.
Tell me.
You have to go for a clean heart and genuine, I want to learn. That's what I always do.
But before you get to that stage, Hamza's point is very valid. Before you get to that stage, you have to verify that it is in fact from God. Because if it's not, you can have the cleanest heart in the world, and you still go astray.
Exactly.
But what he said...
Hamza asked you a very simple question. That
outside of the New Testament.
Matthew, do you think he was an eyewitness?
No, I said Mark.
Mark, sorry.
Is Mark a disciple of Jesus?
No,
do you believe it?
Look on the video, because I said there may be one or two which I'm not quite sure.
No, do you believe Mark was... No.
I don't know.
No, what you said, you didn't say that. You said they were all apostles.
They all, I did say, then after I said, and you can check on the video anyway, and then after I said that...
No, I'll tell you what you said.
One or two that
I'll tell you what you said. I'll tell you what you said.
Well, I don't know.
I asked you the question, do you believe the authors of the Gospels were disciples of Jesus? You said yes. And then I asked you, do you believe they were eyewitnesses? And you went, some of them were. So you didn't rescind the first answer. So would you like to have the opportunity?
I'm not in the game of.
I get you.
We're talking generally. I know the.
Well, we have to base our conversation on what you've said. You can't just change what you said. Because
I'm not changing anything. Right. And I'm not trying to deceive anyone.
Yeah, go show me that.
I'm talking from sincere, clean heart and loving and humility. Both of us.
You know what would be brilliant at this point? Ijaz. Is he free?
I'm not into jazz music now.
No, not jazz.
You listen to me.
Is he free?
Listen. There's an app.
He was talking to somebody.
He was with Bob, wasn't he?
Hatton.
Listen.
He wanted them as well. He came
All I ask is this, yeah? You can find this on the app. Get the app. Please do this.
Go on, tell me what it is.
Please. And you go, because this is the best way for you. If you go to an Orthodox church now in this country, probably all Greek or Russian, yeah?
Yeah.
And you want to go to a world-speaking English, it's an app called Ancient Faith Radio, yeah? And on there, you'll get their email. They do this all day long, right? It's 24 hours, right?
I don't want to listen to the radio. I want.
And you can send emails to them and send them questions, and they will answer you all your issues.
But
whatever question you want, and you'll get it there. That's because you asked me, how do I know? Yeah, how would I find?
No. What I said to you is this.
Anyway, don't lose that. Please look at that.
No, I've saved it. So what I'm saying is what you know of the crucifixion. This was my claim.
Yeah.
It comes from the New Testament.
And the Holy
Gospels.
Tradition of the church.
Right. And I believe the Holy Tradition of the church comes from the New Testament claims.
No.
I believe so.
Who put the New Testament together? And what criteria did they use? Who were the people that put the New Testament together? Who are the people that chose which book goes in the Bible?
Church fathers.
The early church, the Holy Tradition, it comes from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that holy tradition not only put that together, they also know a lot of other things that were said and done, which they had it in and held.
So what do you believe Jesus' last words were on the cross, and according to your Orthodox version of this?
Oh, I don't know. I can't.
No, it's very important.
Big business, and my mind is on other things. It's not on,
What?
Mine is finished.
Well, it depends which gospel you're reading. Yeah. There's different interpretation. It's contradictory, to be honest with you.
So you want to pick little points?
No.
In the Bible.
No. What I want to do. What I want to do is this. I'm challenging the integrity.
But I want you to. Sorry to interrupt.
I've shared it into my pocket.
I want you to stick to the point of
what?
Well, my biggest issue, first of all, is you put the Quran to the side. You put the Bible to the side. Don't go to these two things. And look at what happened. There was a crucifixion, and at that time.
No. I'm not.
And at that time, people died the martyr's death, man.
Okay.
You can't ignore all that history.
Okay. What would history report?
And there was never.
History?
There was never a question in that history. 2,000 years or 1,500 years. Never a question.
What history?
Oh, that was not Jesus.
What history?
George, a lot of Christians were killed early on for believing the opposite.
Christians were put to death for not accepting Jesus' divinity.
They were martyrs because they refused to believe in the Trinity, and they refused to believe in this triune, sharing of divinity, and they believed Jesus was a prophet. Those were the early Christians.
Yeah, because here's the thing, you see, history report. Yeah. What does history report? Tacitus and just.
That's right. Okay. But this is very important now.
So were they right?
Wait, 1 minute.
One second. You got
1 minute. So with 1 minute. So yes, I agree with you.
Yeah, were they right or were they wrong?
Right then. So 1 minute. This is very good. So when the prophet. Were there people who were doubters as well? Let's be fair, I'm talking fair.
Of course there were.
You see, it works both ways.
But your point was that these martyrs, believing what they believed...
Because there were eyewitnesses there.
Therefore, it made them correct.
There were eyewitnesses.
But there were martyrs also who actually refuted those claims.
Who died?
That Jesus was...
They died for not believing it.
That Jesus was a prophet.
Michael Servetus.
And not God, right? And they were martyrs killed for the
divinity of Jesus.
He didn't deny the divinity of Jesus. He denied the doctrine of the Trinity. He was a modalist.
He wrote a book against the divinity of Jesus.
No, he wrote a book against the Trinity. He affirmed the divinity of Jesus because he was a modalist. You don't even know basic history, man.
Listen.
Michael Servetus was a modalist.
What's a modalist?
Someone who believes that God is in three forms, but they're one person: Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Also known as Sabbationism, which was condemned in the
I don't know
second
about that.
century.
I don't know about your heresies.
Where the debate gets
So you're wrong. You said he
yeah.
denied divinity.
Tell him, brother, tell him.
He denied.
What was his book called?
Trinity. I don't know what his book called, but you can go to any biblical.
What was his book called?
Any go on Wikipedia.
Okay,
any-
He denied the very basic foundation of Christian belief.
But he affirmed Jesus was God.
That's fine.
Of all eternity.
But he didn't accept the Trinity.
He didn't accept
can check it later.
And he
You can
died
check
as
it
a
later.
consequence.
No, he's accusing me of lying.
And he was crucified, killed, burnt to the stake, right?
In the same way that people denied the Quran was eternal, was killed by people who believe
the point
the Quran
George
is
was
eternal,
making,
simply.
the point George was making, brother George here, was that there were people, early Christians, who believed in Jesus being crucified and resurrected,
And who were eyewitnesses.
and they say they were eyewitnesses, and they were killed as a consequence of that.
Of their belief.
Of their belief.
Of what they saw.
Their faith in Christianity.
Right.
Yeah.
But my point to George, a logical point, a rational point was, but they were also Christians at that time
They didn't believe
who
it.
did not believe in Jesus' divinity. Hold on a second.
And were
or the
crucified as
Trinity.
well.
And because of that, they were killed.
Can you give me one?
I think Hamza just did give you. So you're saying there were no early Christians that were killed because.
Give me some name. Basilides is one of them.
No.
Basilides.
It's interesting that because who would kill him?
Do you know why they denied Jesus was God?
No.
Do you know why?
That's not the point I was making. But the point.
But why do you put the disciples
Brother,
of Jesus
with all
over
due respect,
men?
brother, with all due respect.
No, you're not going to usurp the conversation,
Brother.
and you're not going to get discussion with me in this way. Heckle him from the side. No, he's been begging for a conversation all day.
With all due respect,
This is my
brother,
one day at Speaker's Corner. I really want to know.
Please, he hasn't sworn at
But
you.
George,
He hasn't done it because it's good.
George,
You carry on, I'm
George, but with all due respect, if you raise a point,
We've got to finish that point.
if you raise a point solidifying the fact that that they believed in the Trinity, they believed in Jesus on the cross, dying on the cross,
Jesus' disciple.
and somehow it validates their opinion because this happened to them, then you have to also equally, if logically, you have to also equally agree that those who were killed for not accepting that validates their belief as well.
Who was killed? You keep saying people who were killed.
Do you? Okay.
So that's
It's a good
what,
point.
what I'm saying is,
Do you believe Christians were killed at this time or
It's very
not?
important now. I've got to answer that point.
Do you believe that or not?
You can. I've never heard of people that have seen something, believe in it, and not willing to. How can I say it? It's like
So George, these people, the early Christians who did not believe in the divinity of Christ or the Trinity,
Well, they
are you saying
This is my point.
are you saying that none of them followed or believed the eyewitnesses?
people that what you're claiming would have been killed because they didn't believe in that the crucifixion.
Yeah.
I would bet my life there were not eyewitnesses to
Did
it. This
they-
is very important. Please don't
did-
be.
yeah.
There were not eyewitnesses to
You
it.
say
If
that
there
they
were
weren't.
eyewitnesses,
Okay.
then they would have died a martyr's
So you're
death.
claiming that they weren't, number one. Number two,
Yeah.
number two.
Yeah.
Could it be that they truly believed that Jesus was a prophet
Yeah.
and not divine and not a trinity, based upon a genuine belief and understanding of Jesus' teachings?
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Like the Jehovah's Witnesses.
No. So
Today.
the
What were they?
So that's the principle.
Arians, whatever they're called. But this is the most important point I've given you, with humility here. Those that did die martyr's death, though, were eyewitnesses.
But George,
Not all of them,
that's
but
your
most of them.
claim, George.
Because it was passed down from the church.
George,
How do you know they were eyewitnesses?
George, the reason why you're making that claim is because it fits your argument and feeds your predispositions.
So this man has got valid. Now, can he answer this point a bit more?
You ask any biblical scholar on the planet, whether Christian or non-Christian, and say, did the disciples of Jesus believe that he was crucified? They would say, without a shadow of a doubt, yes. But your Quran says,
How do you know that?
disciples of Jesus were...
How do you know that?
Because we have lots of... 1 Corinthians chapter 15.
Well, that's the Bible.
We're taking historical nuggets out of the New Testament. 1 Corinthians chapter 15, even according to Professor Bartman, comes with the 1 year of Jesus. This was passed down by Peter and James to Paul. They gave him this creed. That's not his creed. One second. Peter and James passed down this creed to Paul, and then Paul recorded in First.
Peter and James recorded to give it to Paul.
Yes, that's what biblical scholars say, like Professor Barterman say. That's what he says. And so Peter and Paul, Peter and James, two of Jesus' closest disciples.
Let him finish. Don't try to touch it.
Listen to
Two of Jesus' closest disciples believed that he was crucified.
Right. Well, how do you know that?
Because I go with what the consensus of the scholars say on this matter.
And how do they know?
Because they study passages like 1 Corinthians chapter 15.
All right, I know. And we're back to where?
Can I ask?
We're back to the New Testament again.
If he wasn't a Muslim, he would 100% believe in Jesus' crucifixion. The only reason why he rejects Jesus' crucifixion is because of some book written 600 years later where there's absolutely no evidences from God.
This is what I was
Sorry?
What?
Sorry?
No, I wish you never said that last bit, man. He's opened up another debate.
Yeah.
But you're very good up to now. Thank you, you're helping me there.
Yeah.
Now then.
I want to debate.
Well, when you start talking about stuff like that, you open up cans of...
I know you want to get fame for some reason.
Please don't go. See, I mean, I'm not scholarly.
No, but everything he's just said is in the air.
He's not scholarly
At least
either.
it's something.
All he did was said some.
information.
He did all this stuff and ended back at where? The New Testament, which we're actually testing.
Yeah.
And now he's gone.
Do me a favour. He's there.
About Paul.
No, I'll tell you what. No.
He said-
Jaffa, is Ijaz still here?
Hamza, I've not seen him at all.
I think he was talking to somebody on the camera over there.
But this is the perfect opportunity for this.
This point about Paul, you said
He's debating with Hatun.
Okay. No, basically, we're in a discussion here. This guy's dying to debate. And I think he's seen you and run. He's dying to debate. The whole day he's been begging to debate you. He wants a big debate with all the cameras.
I don't want to speak.
What the problem
I
is,
don't want to speak
he
ill of that
talks with
brother.
an ego into
I know,
it.
but I don't want to speak ill of the brother.
We used to be in the same role at Wembley
Can you
Market.
see that?
Oh, dear.
Yeah, that's the problem.
When you raise a couple of issues, either they just run away, or they start talking about in riddles.
No, you can't say riddles, but it should be a little bit more
George,
humility
George,
so you can be more
you know
receptive
what, George?
and discuss it more.
He tried to hijack the conversation. I know you liked
As
it.
an Orthodox Christian,
Yeah.
you want to go back to as far back to the root of the teachings of Jesus as is possible, physically possible, right? And I would humbly say that would mean to be as close to Jesus in his behavior, in the way he slept, the way he ate, the way he drank, because they are the best of example to us.
Did he drink wine?
The best of example to us, right?
Did he drink wine?
There are lots of...
Did he drink alcohol?
Yes, he did.
So he was a Muslim?
No.
What?
Stupid statement. Wait a second.
on about?
Let's go with that.
First of all,
Let's go with that.
So these are stupid statements.
Like a Muslim, he put his hand on it.
Be careful who you tell your bastards. It's going to get wasted.
What's your name,
I
bro?
love this one.
My name, Ruslan.
Here, Imran. Nice to meet you.
Have you got a website?
So statements like.
Can I just say, right? I'm not scared of anyone. I'm more than willing to
No, but humbly
Why
and
you-
respectfully.
humbly and respectfully.
Yeah,
I'll
no,
debate
You don't have to be
anyone
scared of
any day.
anybody.
I'll debate him, you. All I want, I'm more than happy to continue this. I've been trying to get some cameras from the Christian side to come debate, and for some reason they're not, because they're preoccupied with another debate.
Why do you need Christian cameras?
Because I want some
Just like you need
representation
the
of my
Muslim
side.
cameras.
Same thing.
Autism, you've got 100,000 subscribers. I want some from my side as well.
Okay, so this is so. Okay,
Is it about
Let's talk about just for learning anyway.
Because
For
I,
learning.
we have.
Because I don't know what you guys might edit, might put in.
No, he's got a good point.
So this is
We don't edit
I'm
anything.
not scared of
Yeah,
anyone.
no,
I'll be debating.
Wait,
anyone.
wait, 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 wait.
The beauty about Islam is that we don't need to edit.
Shall I record it?
Alhamdulillah.
guys. First of all,
They won't edit nothing.
First of all, no one's asking you to be
They won't
scared.
edit. I'm here, I
So
don't want
the
it.
statement is
I
a
really want
strange
to debate
statement.
Hamza Mayad one-on-one or whatever.
Okay, relax.
And I just want
No, not one.
I'm not being funny. That statement you just made is just ridiculous.
It's absolutely
the same way you said Michael Services denied Jesus to be
Emotional statements like.
No,
I'm
but
not afraid of anyone.
you just
Not
said, did
necessary.
Jesus drink alcohol? Yeah, how is he a Muslim then?
These are
because you
No, but it's a good point. because you do say
hang on a sec. You Muslims.
No, but you've got to understand.
Yeah, so this is the problem.
So now he's online, and now he's quoting his online
Why
stuff.
the aggression?
Yeah, this is exactly the
Why the
I'm not
moving
I'm not
around?
That's right.
I'm not
That's
aggressive.
it. Should be respect. When you give love and respect,
You're
Look,
mistaking-
we was having a nice conversation. No. See, we was having a nice conversation. Relax. You heckled from the sideline, and then you tried to. And then you tried to. And then you tried to hijack the conversation. You did.
all right.
Right?
Look, we got to live personally.
And even what you said about even the red herring with regards to Michael Serve.
Let's stick to some issues nicely. So I can understand his point where he might get a bit irritated.
Why
because
are you
Muslims
going to twist everything?
No, they won't.
So why are you talking to people who you don't actually have any trust or decency towards?
You know why?
Because
decency
he
towards.
made a video once saying that when Jesus says he declared all foods clean, it's not an original part of the Gospel of Mark. And he said that's because Codex Sinaiticus lacks this. I went on the website of Codex Sinaiticus, it's got that verse in full. So obviously I can't trust him.
Okay, no, wait a second. So was that taken out of the video to hide it?
No. Did I answer?
Yeah, he said, I'm sorry.
What did I say? What did I say?
I come to the park because I either win or I learn.
No, what did I say? What did I say? Did I say you was right or not?
Me, eventually you did say.
Yeah, did I delete your comment?
Which comment?
The comment you made on the video. Did I?
Which comment?
The one
I
you
didn't
just.
comment on your video.
When he said.
Oh, your video?
Yes.
Okay. And I responded to it, yeah?
No, but the thing that what I find strange,
Which is good.
Try to hear me
you've done that.
Try to hear me out, right? Where did you get this information from?
That's not the
first
point.
place.
That's not the point.
What you're trying to say, you're deliberately lying.
Royston, you're covering up
I'm a
now.
little bit apprehensive.
Is it Royston?
No,
Because you might post something after.
No, this is.
So now you're apprehensive about talking to me?
No, you understand that point now.
No, there's not a point. That's actually not
Was
a
that a
point.
genuine mistake?
No.
This is paranoia. This is paranoia.
Because I respect
Oh, you can't make a genuine mistake.
This is paranoia.
man.
This is actually paranoia,
and we talk
and we
learn
see this
from
all the
each
time.
other.
You're absolutely being paranoid. Okay, hear me out then for a second, yeah? So
He also said
hear me out for a second. Because you've been saying it, I haven't said anything. Hear me out. Hear me out for a second.
Can you let Imran just speak for 30 seconds?
Hear me out for a second. Hear me out.
Dr. Imran, you're a doctor.
I'm a doctor, yeah. So hear me out for a second, yeah. So I might need to give you something to calm you down. So hear me out for a second.
He won't trust you. He'll think you're giving him cyanide.
There's a problem here, and the problem here is that you're not actually engaging on a reasonable.
Should we just
level.
move back a bit because I think the cameras we're on top of the
You're
camera.
not actually engaging on a reasonable level. So let me say my sentence here. So there's an assumption from you that subterfuge of we're tricking people, we're trying to bring information knowing that it's false to the public and we're giving it out. That's not our intention at all.
Inshallah.
That's not our intention at all, inshallah. So is there now? The question is, can we say things sometimes that might not be true in the heat of the moment? It happens all the time.
Yeah, mistakes.
Now,
I make mistakes.
it's a different thing from saying intentionally I would construct an argument and put something in there knowing it was false and present it as an argument. That's not what we do at all. Now, when you and what I see, the sort of things you say is we need Christian cameras here to represent, and we're not sure if what you're saying if you might bring something. There's a sort of automatic distrust. Now, when I speak to people in the park,
Not to you.
Okay,
not
no,
to
just
you,
talk,
not to him.
No. Hamza's the same
Yeah,
as
but it
all
could
of
have been a
us.
mistake.
If it's Hamza, then it's me as well. I'll be honest with you.
Can I talk after?
No, can I just say one thing at this point? Okay. And if this is your standard, you need to go speak to Hatun and Lizzie and all these people as well, yeah?
Actually, that's
I'm not
what
with Hatton.
No, but you need to speak to them.
I can only speak for myself.
No, you need to speak to them. I'll tell you why. Because
Why are you bringing them in?
I'll explain why. I'll explain why. I'll explain why. Okay. You will never ever hear me say something that once I'm corrected, I'll repeat it. Never.
Absolutely.
And that's very important.
Well,
I made a video on that as well.
so you're saying...
What's the name? Where do we look?
Okay, let him finish.
How do we find your video?
We'll have a conversation.
Can you let me?
So just so I understand. No, because I need to understand. You're saying that I've said something on video. You said I've said something on video, and you have corrected it, or somebody's corrected it, and then I've repeated the same thing to somebody else. What was that thing?
Thank you. Are you going to let me talk?
Yeah.
He's already
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
20 seconds. You said Matthew chapter 28 verse 19, the Great Commission. This was not quoted by Eusebius, and he said, go baptize in my name. You said that. So on, and I've got video evidence of this. I made a video. Go on my channel, Megatron, have a look at it. I made
you're
a video on
Megatron.
this.
I've seen your videos before.
Megatron.
1 second. And someone put in the comment section,
Transformers fan.
it was actually an atheist. They said, did you know Matthew chapter 28, 19 is actually quoted in the full by Eusebius, and he gave the link and the paragraph of it. He comments on it. He comments, so he
God, be stalked by comments.
acknowledges Jesus. Then a month later, or it was 2 months later, he makes exactly the same point, but he's already been refuted in the comment section. So can you blame me for having a little bit of distrust when it comes to this man?
All right, okay. First thing.
I'm not coming on.
No, let me answer.
I can understand.
I can answer. I didn't say I said Eusebius quotes baptized in my name 17 times. I didn't say on every occasion.
No, you said, and he never quotes the full.
I said 17 times
no,
he quotes
it. Full time, he never said that. It's in the video that he never quoted the Great Commission in the full.
Which video?
All of the. I think it was a guy, a bit of a.
Okay. Do you accept that when Eusebius quotes the Great Commission 17 times, he doesn't say what you claim he says?
And he also quotes.
No. But 17 times he doesn't.
But he also quotes it in the full.
No, I'm saying he doesn't. 17 times.
You make the point that he never quoted. Therefore, in the Gospel of Matthew that he was reading in this time, it did not include.
No.
However, he quotes Matthew 28:19. There are church fathers prior to him that quote it.
Right. Can I just say something at this point again? Because this is annoying. I'll tell you why. I've said many things in this park over the past 4 years that I don't agree with now.
No, you said first.
No, I'm saying to you now, in the past 4 years, 5 years, whatever it is we've been coming here, I watch some of my videos and I think, I don't hold that belief anymore. I don't think that's right anymore. Yeah? And I know myself, that I don't bring it. Yeah? I know that. So, you're asking me to memorize the last time I spoke about Matthew and the Great Commission and such. Do you get me? I've gone beyond that. Yeah, I've gone beyond what the Bible says and what doesn't say. Yeah?
Sorry.
See, so George, you want to leave?
Before you interrupt, I'm going to try to get Soko here and then we can continue.
Soko's in the middle of a debate, he's filming someone.
Well, I'll go and talk to him now and let him know. And please, I really want to have a discussion, no shouting matchy. Just have a discussion about...
Yeah, that's good.
Some of the things you say are pretty touchy.
I'm not interested in that. It sounds like you don't trust what he wants to say.
If you want to know why I embraced, if you want to know why I became Muslim, go on my channel and my videos and testimonies there.
Hurry up, how long?
He's walked away.
No, he's trying to get Soko, and I'm not going to let Soko film me.
Do you know what the problem is with these debates in this park? Egos kick in, and then I've got to try and prove you wrong, you're going to try and prove me wrong, and then we get and then after, and personal attack, and messes up everything.
Look, we was having a nice discussion.
Everybody has humility and respect for each other. It's beautiful to learn.
George, the issue
and this is the problem.
The issue here is, right, anybody can make mistakes.
Yeah, of course.
I get criticised quite often because I might forget something or mix something up.
Yeah.
Even by fellow Muslims who say, "Oh, you misquoted that. You got that wrong." I'm only a human being.
Yeah.
I'm not some big scholar of Islam.
You're not a walking encyclopedia.
Now, his accusation though is not that you might have made a mistake or you might have got that wrong.
I'm lying.
You are deliberately trying to defraud and lie to the people, which is quite frankly absurd.
See, we was on a nice discussion, and then it was pure ego.
And that's
the ego.
Effectively
pure ego.
That's slanderous.
Yeah, I understand that, but then he went on to say that it was corrected, it was refuted.
You're asking me to remember what was said in a comment section on some random video.
But I don't know.
A random YouTube video I've commented on.
I can't comment on that, but you really believe in.
You know what it's like?
Book.
You know what it's like? You find a needle in the haystack, and you want to show everyone how bad it's going. And that's what it's like. I mean,
I don't think I've even mentioned Matthew for a year.
How many hundreds of conversations you've had, and that's the only thing you can bring out and say, look, you liars.
A comment on a YouTube video on an obscure channel, and I'm supposed to remember what was replied and all that business.
I don't think you're like Eusebius, put it that way.
Say it again.
I don't think you're like Eusebius, where you're going to lie for a better cause.
No, I'm just saying, look. My whole principle is this. Everything you believe as a Christian is based on this New Testament, the Gospels and such.
No, I don't agree.
Okay. You made two... I asked you two... I asked you two questions. All right. Is it a problem for you?
I prayed Maghrib,
I haven't prayed Maghrib yet. Is it time for...
Yeah, look, it's start, bro. Go and pray Maghrib and come back.
We've got about 25 minutes.
Should we go pray?
Go and pray and come back.
We're going to go pray. Yeah. But listen, what I'm saying is that I'm going to go pray. I'll shake your hand anyway before I leave, just in case anything can happen. But what I'm saying is this. The whole principle is that everything you're saying is you've said you believe the authors of the Gospels were disciples, and you believe they were eyewitnesses, some of them.
Yeah.
All right. If those two assumptions are incorrect, will that change your belief? So it's not disciples writing anymore, nor eyewitness testimony.
If there's one single lie in the Bible, difficulty would question my belief.
That's good. All right. And on that note, we're going to go pray. Speak to you soon, your
Speak to Imran. He'll
The
disclose a few
Muslims are
things.
running off now.
Did you get a solution?
I'll come and pray with you anyway and we'll come back here.
Well, we're going to go pray. We're going to come back.
Wrap it up quickly. Put on praise.
All
right.
Come back to this. He knows what he's talking about.
He doesn't.
Yes,
He doesn't.
You both just like...
He doesn't. Anyway,
He comes to save the little lamb.
how to wrap that up, man?
It's all
Beautiful
right.
brother George.
Yeah.
It all started off with Hussein making all these random claims that when you become Muslim, it Arabizes you. You become like an Arab. You eat what they eat, you dress as they dress, apparently. And you have to do this by the teachings of the religion. Well, you can see the way I dress. Alhamdulillah, is English, mate. Football casual. All right. What I eat is fish and chips, egg on toast. Yeah, I don't have to eat falafel to be a Muslim. So the nonsense claims. And then he started talking about how Muslims have to go to war if the leader calls it according to the religion. But then I showed him his hypocrisy because the Pope called the Crusades, and then the kingdoms of England and Poland and Spain and Portugal had to answer that call. So the Christians went to war on behest of their leader, the Pope. So they did the same. They don't do it today because Christianity, as far as concerned, is now kumbaya because they have no power. They've got no, as Hussein said, there is no such thing as Christian countries. But the reality is this: in Islam, and he admitted it as well, in Islam we have a social system, an economic system, a political system. We know how to conduct every part of our lives, with every relationship we have, the way we work, the way we conduct business and such. And he admitted Christianity doesn't have that. And he's seen that as a problem. He thinks that Islam is problematic because you have guidance and structure to your lives. So I didn't get that. Anyway, so that was Hussein. Then we met Yorgos, beautiful Greek, I think he's Greek Cypriot. He had lovely things, Eastern Orthodox Church. I'm going to look a bit more into this. He agrees that Eusebius practiced taqiyya. This is the accusation on us Muslims, that we can lie to spread our religion, whereas he concedes one of the major church fathers lies to further his religion. So the irony is amazing. And the problem you have then is if Eusebius lies to further his religion, then he lies. Then you've got to can't trust anything else he says. So, and then that geezer challenged me saying I've made errors and I'd lied and such. Look, let me clarify something. If you've got an obscure video channel and I happen to comment on it and you get excited and you start replying, don't assume I'm going to read your replies. I ain't got time to do that, yeah? If I said something a year ago, I may not hold that belief today. But don't think because I made a mistake or an error, it's a intentional lie. Because I don't do that. Anyway, time for Salatul Maghrib. Assalamu alaikum.
I just want to say that everything Hamza just said.